Good morning. It's January the 24th. It's about -8. It's a very gray morning with some hoarfrost from fog. We're going to walk along the creek because I haven't done that for a while. I'm tired of all these walks downtown. It's just that I keep trying to double up what I'm doing to make things more efficient. But today I thought I would, because it is kind of pretty in a gray, wintry sort of way, I thought I would do one of my classic walks along the creek. Latest anthology featuring Did I just lose my signal? I saw some sort of message. Oh, I know. I forgot to take it off of. I'm going to start it again. Do I start it again? Sorry, I will start talking again because I just realized I forgot to take it off the house Wi-Fi, so there's a bobble there before it picks up the cell phone network. Anyway, as I was saying, it's January the 24th. It's about -8 degrees. I'm walking along the creek today, which I haven't done for a while. It's a gray, foggy day with some hoarfrost, so kind of pretty in a wintry sort of way. As I started to say, I didn't walk yesterday because of a number of reasons, but one of them was that I launched 2 books yesterday from Shadowpaw Press. One is Shapers of Worlds Volume 4, which is the 4th anthology featuring authors who are guests of my podcast, The World Shapers. And it has taken off. It really sold quite a few copies yesterday on Amazon. It was #1 new release in science fiction anthologies, I noticed. It has a nice little banner on the Amazon page. In Kindle side, not in the pen side. Honesty compels me to say that. And then the other one I launched was The Good Soldier, which is science fiction novel by Nir Yaniv, whom I just interviewed on The World Shapers. He's an Israeli-born author living in, how pretty it is, living in Los Angeles. And this is a science fiction, military science fiction satire. MASH meets Starship Troopers. It's the way that Madhi Tidhar, who brought the book to my attention, described it. I think is fitting. So check that out, Shapers of Worlds Volume 4, available everywhere, or directly through my Shadowpaw Press, shadowpawpress.com. Although I can't compete on the print shipping with Amazon, my shipping costs are going to be higher. I can and do sell the ebooks directly from their website, so you can download them there. Then I make more money, which is important to me. And similarly, The Good Soldier is available everywhere. And Nir even, it's a house for sale if you'd like to live in the neighborhood. Nir even, he's a filmmaker, musician, artist as well, created his own book trailer, which there's a link to on my YouTube channel if you go down and look. You can also find the World Shapers interviews that are starting to happen now in video, and that one with him, which just went live on Sunday, I guess, is there as well. Plus the one before that, which was with Robert J. Sawyer, whose book, The Downloaded, I'll be publishing in May. So busy times at Shea Shadowpaw. Okay, here's the dike. We'll get up on top of that and take what used to be my usual Monday walk. I always used to walk along the creek on Mondays and around the lake on Fridays. Gotten away from that, but I should try to get back to it probably. Anyway, it looks very wintry. We actually have some very warm weather coming. If the forecast holds, most of this snow is going to melt next week, which is unusual for us. January thaw is something everybody talks about, but still, it's a bit unusual to completely lose your snow cover in late January, but there's a good chance most of this will be gone if that forecast holds. Of course, at the tail end of that, it's showing more snow, so it's not spring yet, I guess is what that means. I like these kind of days. This feels like winter, proper winter. Well, it feels like Christmas, but we didn't have much snow at Christmas. So this came after Christmas. And of course we had that really cold snap. It was just last week, I guess. I only walked a couple of times when it was really cold. There was one day I intended to, but I got downtown and I was going to walk down there and discovered I had gotten there without my cell phone. So missed one day I was going to do that. Already seen 2 dogs. Never do a walk without dogs. We'll be crossing the footbridge there, of course. Well, not of course, but we are. Across the mighty Wascana Creek. The mighty Wascana. I've walked along here often enough you could probably make a time lapse of the seasons from stills taken from my videos. And, as I traditionally do, stop in the middle to look east along the creek. The sun is rising over there somewhere. And west along the creek. And we'll be following the path here on the south side of the creek. The multi-purpose or multi-user pathway, or I think it's called a multi-purpose pathway. Basically it's the bike path, but you also walk on it, so. Hear voices somewhere. And dogs. This is Regina Avenue. If you followed that, it'll take you straight to Regina International Airport, which is about a half-hour walk from here, and a much shorter drive. Doesn't take us long to get to the airport. That's a good thing about our location. Comes another dog and 2 more people. On the other side over there, there's a little bowl that kids like to toboggan in. But everybody's in school right now, of course. Morning. Leave them. Woof! Woof, woof. I don't speak dog very well. I speak cat really well, but I don't speak dog quite as well. Pigeon. I speak pigeon, but they don't have much to say. View down the creek. The creek. The fog mutes sound too, so it's quieter. Like traffic noise doesn't carry as far. Over there's Waterfall Park, but no waterfall this time of year. I don't think I want to walk down there. I don't think they've cleared any pathways down there. Nobody has left any comments, but it's a good day for it because it's dark enough I can read them. On a bright day, sometimes I can't. Excuse me. Sometimes I walk down there, but not so much in the snow. But you can walk on the other side of the bushes here, closer to the creek, but off of the literally beaten path. I don't know when they last cleared it, but it's mostly just beaten down by feet at the moment. Another dog in the distance. In the distance, I see another dog. And an owner walking to. Will he bark at me? Do I have to try to speak dog again? It's an active one. Baseball diamonds over here. Not a lot of action there for a few more months. Very active dog. Hi, Moira. Probably be more meditative if I didn't talk, but and I have done no talking walks, but not today. I had to plug those books I published yesterday. You can see the hoarfrost on the fencing around the baseball diamond, as well as on the bushes, of course. Yeah, I really like the looks of things this morning. That's one reason I decided to come on out and walk. My first thought was I would walk later in the day, but the sun could come out by then and spoil the effect. It is very monochromatic right now. If I were live streaming in black and white, you'd hardly notice the difference. If you can live stream in black and white, probably some way to do it. Some sort of filter or something. But why would I? Hasn't been too slippery either, which is nice. Everything has a nice roughness to it. Ice and snow. Again, baseball diamonds over here. Or softball. More softball than baseball played there, I would think. See that clump up there in the branches, a bird's nest of some sort. Over here is the horseshoe pitch. Here's a Regina Horseshoe Club. I don't know how active it is, but they have a sign with a number and a website. I keep meaning to look that up. Maybe I should take up horseshoes over here. Morning. She just turned around and went back. I'm carrying on to the other side. See? Regina Horseshoe Club. It's kind of foggy right now, but there is a website there. Horseshoe Sask. Horseshoe or horseshoes? Horseshoesask.ca, which implies this is the only horseshoe club. Across Elphinstone here. It was quite slippery crossing the streets yesterday after it had warmed up enough that they were slushy. That was actually very slippery. It's because the slush would compact under your foot and then give way. So this is actually better, this kind of temperature. It's supposed to go to -6 today, so not much change over the course of the day. And if it stays cloudy like this, there won't be much in the way of melting even on the streets, which usually melt because of passive solar heating. Another dog coming our way. What is that, the 4th, 5th? I was surprised how many people are out. I mean, I know I don't have a job, or rather I'm a freelancer, but I never understand why so many other people don't seem to have jobs that keep them away from the paths in the middle of the day on a Wednesday morning. Morning. Argyle Street. I recently added a Twitch account, which, Twitch is really generally for live streaming. Gaming seems to be its main reason to exist, but I saw that I could live stream to it from this app, so I decided to set up an account. I see there's one person watching me on Twitch. I'm not twitching very much. This is a very non-Twitch walk, non-twitchy walk. All residential over here, but if you go down that way is where Sheldon Williams Collegiate is, one of the local high schools. Comes another dog. He's more interested in the trees than anything else. Morning. Another footbridge to cross up here. Another look at the creek. Okay, we will look east again along the creek on this new vantage point. And west. And on we go. Might even walk out on the ice today. I'll see if somebody has beaten a path out onto the ice. We get a little further around. There's a place you can do that very easily. As I always say, this path only curves for aesthetic reasons. It's not like it's going around geological features that require a curve. And every tree here was planted, so if it goes around a tree, it's because it was probably the path was built and then they planted the trees. Wouldn't surprise me. Don't know that for sure. Maybe the trees were here first and then they plotted a nice winding path past them, but that would seem probably not. I really don't know when the multi-purpose pathway was first built. There's many kilometers of it. I can't remember the total, but it's enough it'd be hard to walk it in one day. You'd spend all day at it, walking from one corner of the city to the next, southeast, northeast, southeast, northwest, or vice versa. Might be fun to do sometime. I don't know if fun's the right word. It would be something to do sometime. But I'm unlikely to do it. I know people who have done it, but they do it like in stages. You go ways, then the next time you go further. Spread it out over 5 or 6 days. Oh, baby carriage. Bingo. Baby carriage and jogger. If I ever do the bingo card idea, that would have been a twofer. Baby carriage and jogger. So I don't think it's a bad idea, but where I'd create a custom bingo card with the things that I typically see, and anyone who got bingo, of course you'd have to generate a random one for everybody who entered, but anybody got bingo, I'd give them a free ebook. They just have to timestamp where in the video they saw whatever it was. I'm sure it would work. Sounds like a lot of work, though, for me. Just to give away a free ebook. It'd be easier just to give away a free ebook. Anyone who comments, maybe, or I don't know. That would be too much, maybe. There's got to be something I could do, book promotion-wise, with giveaways. Around the corner again. Back toward the creek. There are children's voices over there, but it could be a long way away. Other side of Pasco, I think. There's not a school there. There's an old school there, but it's not a school anymore. It certainly sounds like kids playing. Or possibly murdering each other. It's sometimes hard to tell with the sounds from playgrounds. Or are they in the park? Can't see anybody, but it's quite foggy in that direction. Oh, we're right down by the creek again. And up here is the spot where you can easily get out on the ice if you want. We'll see what that looks like, and maybe I'll do that. I've done it this year because it's been too warm for me to feel comfortable doing it. But after the last week's cold snap, and it's been below freezing every night for a long time, I'm not worried about going on the ice. If Someone else has broken a path. I don't want to wade through deep snow. Right up here. Oh, here it is. Hasn't really been beaten down, so I don't think I'll bother walking onto the ice, although it's probably not very deep. I risk it? Let's see. Oh, not too bad. All right, so here we are, actually on the creek, looking toward the Pasqua Bridge, and looking back toward the footbridge we crossed earlier, though you can't see it because it's around the bend. There you go, standing on the ice. Back to the path. We have strayed from the path. This is the way. I sometimes go under the bridge, but not today. I want to get back to my coffee. Haven't had enough coffee yet this morning. Fog seems to be heavier here on the edge of town because we are pretty much on the edge of town. The Lou van over there, you can sort of see cars going by under a little bit through the fog. And then beyond that, there's a golf course. And there's some other stuff, but you can also see the prairie pretty clearly because the airport's right over there as well. So, of course, that's a lot of open land. Okay. There are a lot of kids over there, but I don't know why. That's not a school anymore. It's Sask Express Performing Arts School. Oh, prairie chickens, I think. Running on the snow over there. There's a whole bunch of them standing outside. I don't know why. Doing something inside? I have no idea. Just standing there as far as I can tell. Okay, well, I'm sure they know what they're doing. Now, when you come around the corner up here, back on the 15th, it's a long, straight walk. This is where we are now beginning homeward leg. Homeward bound. I wish I was, and I will be in a minute. Homeward bound. Look at that little bush there with the hoarfrost on it, like a cotton ball. Must be something going on in Sask Express. Now, how well have they cleared this sidewalk? Because it often isn't, and that would appear to be the case today, too. I think, well, maybe it gets better up here. If it's this heavy all the way, I'm going to cross over and go down the sidewalk on the other side, which belongs to people. Yeah, I'll do that as soon as we get past the alley here. This is way too much work on this side. But let's cross over. Over 15th here. Generally speaking, sidewalk looks clear over here. There is a city bylaw that requires you to clear your sidewalks. I don't know how thoroughly it's enforced. probably reserved for really egregious cases of uncleared sidewalks. Mine has a little bit of snow on it we had a lot of blowing snow, not so much fresh snow, night before last. But it's thin enough that I think with the temperatures coming, it'll probably melt off on its own. We'll see. Eventually it will melt off on its own because spring comes, but not quite there yet, despite next week's pending thaw, the impending thaw. What's the difference between pending and impending? Impending means it's just about to happen. Pending means, I guess pending implies a longer potential wait, whereas impending is more immediate. I find walking in winter is a little more tiring than walking in summer, because you're always watching your footing. And of course, I was wading through some snow over there too. All parkland on that side, right over to the creek that we were just walking beside, and residential over here. And there's another school a couple of blocks over once we get up to the corner. Now, I think I'll just stick to 15th. Or yeah, 15th. Counting blocks in my head. Nope. Garbage truck down there, I think. It is garbage day in the neighborhood. I had to make sure I had mine out last night. Football / soccer field there. Yeah, so the question is, do I go on up 15th or do I go down to college at the Neil Bockwell Center? I think I'll stay on 15th because I more often go that way, so this is a little less usual if I stay up here. But if I did go that way, you go past the Neil Bockwell Civic Arts Center. Oh, won't make that light. And cross again because, again, residential stuff over here, so the sidewalk's better cleared. And I'll ultimately want to be on this side. Another Wilf Perot alley. He's a local artist who's well known for his paintings of Regina's back alleys. He never paints them with the current blue and brown bins and green. There's 3 bins now. He always paints them with old style tin garbage cans, for aesthetic reasons. But you can sometimes figure out exactly which alley he was looking down. One nice thing about all these neighborhoods is the elm trees that arch over the road. Make a kind of a tunnel effect, and they have leaves on them, even now to a certain extent. Not exactly out of breath, but breathing harder than I would expect to in the summertime. Oh, good, we hit it just right. Get across Elphinstone here. Didn't have to wait. And on at 15th we go today, instead of along College, which is more typical of these walks. What?
You have a second?
Well, I'm live streaming right now, so not really.
I was wondering how Alice was doing.
Oh, she's fine. She's home.
Bike trip and all that stuff that we tried to organize to Holland that year.
Yeah, no, she's graduated from U of T with a degree in kinesiology. She's home now and working at Eyes Camp and things. And then she's been accepted to a program at Trinity Laban in London for a Master's of Dance Science. And then after that, she'll have 2 more years to become a physiotherapist. So she's not done educating yet.
No, it takes a little while these days.
But she's,
Say hi to her for me.
I will. And
Nice to see
you might see her around. She is around. So one of my daughter's teachers from Luther. And now, yeah, there you go. You know more about my daughter. I'm sure I've mentioned all that before. Very proud of her. Especially the getting accepted into the Masters of Dance Science program at Trinity Laban in London. It's going to be very cool for her. Make contacts. She wants to work with dancers, ideally, as a physiotherapist. So. This is St. Mary's Anglican Church with the Lich Gate, these things are called, as you pass through them with the coffin at a funeral. My first encounter with the word Lich, though, was as an undead wizard in Dungeons and Dragons. So I was a bit surprised when I found out what they called those. I have sung at a funeral here too, a long time ago. just might upload this video instead of keeping it live and edit out my conversation there. So if you heard it live, you're the only ones who hear it. Always a little odd to record a conversation you're having with somebody and post it on YouTube. Well, I told him I was live streaming, so he knew he was on, but still. It's an old, I think it's an old building, but it's condos. I assume it's condos. Yeah, because it says for sale. Basement suite for sale. They look nice. I've never been in them. Some wall art. They also have it on their garage doors. Not too much further, we'll be on Angus Crescent. Well, not on Angus Crescent because the crescents start 1 block to my right, but in fact, what do you think about that? Halleck, Robinson. Actually, Cameron must be the one that connects to Angus Crescent. You'd think I'd know. Lived in the neighborhood for a very long time, but yeah, so we turn right here. 1 more block down, we're on my crescent, and just around the crescent, and we're home. Hey, Jolie. Or Jolly. It's Jolly, isn't it? Jolly. And house for sale. This one. I keep thinking I should approach real estate companies and offer to do walks in their neighborhoods if they want to highlight for potential buyers. Maybe they pay me, $50 to do a walk. Wouldn't matter to me where I walk, so I would be happy to accommodate them. Do they pay 100? That might be pushing it, but 50 or 75 maybe, or 50 plus GST is 50, 250, maybe. Or then they might want to tell me what I should say about the neighborhood as I'm walking around it. I'd be selling out. Ooh, squeaky door on that man. Amazon delivery guy, I think. I recognize the blue and white package he was delivering back there. Bangladesh, which is warmer there than here. Almost done this walk. Then I get more coffee. Then I have an appointment at 11:30. In the afternoon, I can work on all the mini things that need working on. I think the next most pressing thing is to get my royalty reports out for my authors for the July to December sales period. It's complicated because there's so many different sources or places where I sell the books. I have to look at multiple websites and compile data and then calculate their share. And then if it doesn't come to $50, I push it off till the next one. So I have to watch out for that too. When I started the spreadsheet, I need to improve it. Maybe I can concentrate on it now that the new books are out. Also a lot of editing I have to do, and I want to get back to writing. I want to write 2 hours a day on one of my projects. I can do a lot in 2 hours, uninterrupted hour writing. I could write a novel in a month or 6 weeks at the outside if I wrote 2 hours a day. And there are novels I want to write. I'd like to kickstart them, potentially. But my next Kickstarter will be for Shapers of Worlds Volume 5. That'll probably run in March or maybe April. Don't worry, I will tell you about it on here. And we'll look down an alley. And it takes you straight through to Connaught Crescent, which is there's like 3 crescents nested inside each other. Connaught's the smallest. It's only a half crescent because it runs into the school ground. Gavin School, where my daughter went to elementary school. Okay, we will stop up here at this intersection for today. Now, a lot of people have books these days. So much easier to publish than it ever was before. But I went and started an actual publishing company. Sometimes I wonder why. But it's certainly exciting in that am I going to go broke sort of way. Okay, here's our corner. I will stop here. Thanks for walking with me. And likely home or back tomorrow. Might be a shorter walk again. We'll see. Bye for now.